Hello, good evening, everybody. At least it is evening here where I am, and I don't know about you. It could be in the daytime, but wherever you are, I wish you well. And I thank you so much for giving me your time. And this is Charity Ngugi-Latz, all the way from Germany. And I'm just here to talk about, to continue with the topic of why doesn't she leave or why doesn't he leave? And why do people who are in abusive relationships choose to stay? And why I titled today's topic with clinging on to hope is because there is this hope that things are going to come back to normal. There is nothing wrong with hope. Hope is good. Just like I am about to ask you, please, to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can communicate to discuss this very sensitive topic of domestic violence and abuse, because I need your tips, I need your solutions, we need each other, and that is the way it is. So that is my hope. But now we are talking about the other hope, the hope that most people in abusive relationships have is a hope that really is a very cyclic hope. And it is a hope that is really on an imbalanced foundation, because it is a hope that one thinks that the abusive partner is going to change, that any day soon, this once upon a time loving person will change, that this unhealthy relationship will change to a healthy one. And what is sad about it is not the hope, but what is sad about it is the responsibility that the victim, the abused person, takes upon themselves and thinks, I can change this person. If only I act this way, or I say certain words, behave in certain way around them, do certain things that they ask me to, that they are going to change and start loving me. Now, this is the hardest part. And today, this is really one of the reasons, one of the major reasons that most people do not leave a domestic violent relationship. They never ever want to believe that this particular person is really doing this on purpose. They go into denial, and from denial into anger. They can't believe this, and they take this upon themselves and think that they are to blame. And because they think they are to blame, they think that they are the solution, that through them, that if they do something, they are the mistake. There's some things that they are doing by mistake. There's something that they say that is a mistake that triggers this person into being a violent person. There's something that in their behavior, in the way they dress, that provokes the abuser to abuse them. You know, go all the way out to make all types of excuses in any way possible to just excuse this abuser. But if I am talking to you, I want to tell you with all from the bottom of my heart, from a very sincere point, that it has been studied over and over and over again about abusers who are usually narcissistic, is that what they want is actually to control you. And what is their greatest desire in life, their purpose on you, is to abuse you, to control you, to have you under their power emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically, mentally, in all manners and ways. They want what you have. What you have is what they love. And what you have, they want it for themselves. And they don't want to share it with you. And they don't want you to give it to them. They want to take it from you forcefully. So if you love them too much, like the minute they walk in the door, you're hugging them or speaking to them politely, they can even slap you immediately, because this is not what they want. They want to come and get it from you forcefully. They don't want to be that it is you who has the power to change them to start being good. No. They want that they actually actually, let me tell you something. They are actually not very, very normal. They are not normal, but they don't know it. So what they do is they don't want any of your input. They want everything about you and everything that belongs to you, even your goodness. They want to take it by force. They do not believe in you giving it to them and them feeling satisfied because you have given it in a loving manner, in a kind way, in a nice way, because they asked you and you handed it to them. No, they want to ask you and they want you to just a little bit of wavering so they can have an excuse to abuse you and then get it from you and then make you even repeat words like when they abuse you, they tell you, you know, you're very stupid. And they actually stand there and say, I want you to say that how you are stupid. And you end up saying, yes, I'm very stupid. If you don't say, they'll beat you to say what they want you to say. So what I'm trying to say is this. What's the point of all this? It sounds so dreadful. It sounds so horrifying. Yes, but it is. And yes, there are so many people living in this situation. And it is nothing to do with because there's poverty. No, it happens in places where there is a lot of wealth, there's a lot of money, and still there is abuse. So it is not the finances. It's not a reason because there's a lack of money. It happens because there is somebody who is called an abuser who is there, who their purpose is just to make somebody else very miserable. It doesn't matter whether it is a sibling on another sibling. It doesn't matter whether it's a parent on a child. It doesn't matter whether it's a child, a grown-up child on an adult and on their parent. It doesn't matter whether it is spouses. It doesn't matter whether it is during the dating time. And it starts with small things, isolating. We said about isolation. They want to own you totally. They don't want you to share yourself with anybody else. If your work is too good, if you are very much praised in your place of work, if you are very much respected in your place of work, if everybody thinks there that you're very, and they feel that they are, that is undermining them because they are not the ones who are shining in that particular place, they'll make sure that you'll be sacked from that job. They'll make sure that you'll go there with a black eye or looking very miserable. So people will start gossiping about you. That is their pleasure. But whenever people see you outside with them, you have to pretend and you have to act because you're very ashamed. You have to act like everything is normal. And they might act very adoringly around people, calling you darling, calling you babe, calling you my wife, my husband, making sure that you're dressed well when you're going anywhere with them. They don't care about the time when you're going out on your own. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this. Is it possible? And I'll ask this, I know I repeated it another time, that you just sit down with a pen and a paper and just try to analyze, when is it that I trigger off this person? What is it about me that triggers about this person? And you'll find there's actually nothing that you ever do wrong. There is nothing. There is nothing you have done wrong. If they ask you a question and they abuse you and you keep quiet, you're being rude, you're sulking. If you try to reply, you're answering them back. If you try to run away, they're telling you to stop there until they finish beating you or they finish abusing you. If you come home and a few minutes late, before you can finish the explanation, they are already on to you. They make you a night and day hell. So what am I saying? I am saying these are the days and times. We have reached a time where people say you're not supposed to tell you're supposed to tell somebody, please, persevere. It is wrong to tell somebody to get out. I know. My streams are those kind of streams to say, please face the reality. This person is not your what you call it, you are the person who was purposed for you. A person who was purposed for you is supposed to be a person who loves you, who cares about you. You share in the good and the bad times. Anybody who is above you, depressing you, oppressing you, and whatever, that is not your ideal person. Is that the ideal person you dreamt about when you were a young girl or a young man? No way. Then why is it that you are subjecting yourself to a point of slavery? because you don't have to subject yourself to such a situation. You don't have to subject your children into a place where there is war all the time. It's a war zone in that home. Or even if it's not a war zone on the children witness this kind of war going on daily. They watch you being humiliated, and they find you actually. Eventually, the children find you very silly because they wonder why isn't she leaving? Why isn't she walking away? As they grow older, they can't understand. They really get confused, and this traumatizes children. This traumatizes them into their grown-up age, and they think it is absolutely normal to behave in this way, to have this kind of dysfunctional families, that it is normal. No, you owe it to yourself to stop and say, for how long am I going to persevere? When is it the time to say enough is enough? The only time to say enough is the minute you click and you say, yeah, what I'm hearing right now, that is me, and I need to take a step. And what is the step? You cannot discuss with somebody whose desire is to hurt you. There's no discussion you're going to have about this. There's no way you're going to convince them to change. That one, they cannot change. You cannot change somebody who is not ready to change. And you cannot change somebody who is not seeing anything wrong they are doing. They don't think they are doing anything wrong. If you ask them, they'll just say, she's just a stupid woman. She's just a stupid guy. It's a boring, or whatever they say. It doesn't matter. It's a high time that you take charge of your destiny. Taking charge of your destiny means asking for help. And this is not the time, and this is not the era of being quiet. This is a digital time. So there's a lot of places you just have to type there, seeking help, domestic violence, abuse. These things crop up as fast as possible. On the click, you write your address, you get it near your address, talk to somebody. If you don't have a computer, you don't have anything, talk to somebody. And if you are out there and you know your sister, your brother, your best friend, your neighbor is going through a domestic violence situation, and you know that even they don't have anything like a phone, you know they don't have anything like a computer, you know it, because neighborhoods, we know each other. It's not like here in Europe, you might not know somebody. Africa, most of the people, by the way, most of my listeners are in Africa, where I come from. I'm a Kenyan, a proud Kenyan at that, and a proud African. Most of my listeners are there. So we are neighbors. We have this community love. Please take it upon yourself to help this person. Approach them in one way or the other. Seek to ask them. Just be greeting them more often. From a greeting, it will be a little bit of salams. From another one, you can just ask polite them, can I help you in any way? Yes. Just be the first to make the first move, the first approach of talking. Even if it is wherever it is, even in the church, and you see them always quiet, there is something. Please talk to somebody. Yes. And I would like you to subscribe. And my website is www.unmasking-domesticviolence.org. And we are creating a safe space to talk. And in case you want to talk to me, or you want to send me a message that I can hold your hand and we can have a conversation, you can always write to me on my Facebook Messenger. That is Charity Wairimo Ngugi-Latz. Latz is Latz. I'll write it down here. And you can always write to me on Facebook Messenger and ask me when I'm free. We have a talk and we call each other, or I talk to you, or I can give you my WhatsApp number, and then we can be able to converse, and I can lead you and listen to you, because that is my calling from the Almighty. That's why I'm on this universe. And with these few words, because I've taken a lot of your time, I'll make the part 2 tomorrow. Thank you very much. Yes, and have a blessed evening. And if it's in the afternoon, wherever you are, a blessed afternoon.